Hello everyone, and I have a very interactive chess puzzle to show you. In this position, it is white to move and win. But before showing the moves, let me tell you the composer. Let me give you informations about this very fascinating composer, Paul Farago. He composed this chess endgame study in 1947, and he was a pretty talented chess problem composer. He composed his first problem at the age of 13, as early as age of 13, which is pretty impressive. And this is one of his books. This is the first pages of one of his books. So as you can see on the left, that's Paul Farago, the award-winning chess problem composer. He was actually pretty prolific. He composed more than 300 chess problems, and he won 19 first prize awards. Okay, I think his puzzle that I'm about to show you, this chess puzzle was very instructive, very beautiful. It is not the most easy chess puzzle, so you need to see some very important key moves, at least 3 important key moves. So let's see if you are going to find them. It is white to move and win, actually. The first move is very important and an important key move. So if I give you 3 seconds, can you see what's happening here? Can you understand the problem? So understanding why the next move of white is very important. Understanding why the next move is important is so important. So did you see the move? Okay, so I'm going to show you which move is not working. If king takes on e6, then black is going to push the pawn and how to defend. If rook to b2, actually g2, and there is no time, and black is going to queen. And if rook to e2, then g3, rook to e4, king to h5, and there is no time for moving the rook, because as you can see, we can push the pawn and there is enough time. And if rook to d2, then g3, and this move doesn't make any sense, as you can see, because we can't even check the king. The knight is defending. You can't go back, the knight is defending. There is no time for capturing the knight because black is going to push the pawn. So the move was actually rook to b2. And did you see why this move was so important? If black pushes the pawn, and this is the main line actually, if checking the king, then as you can see, if king goes back, then rook to b8, and how to defend the checkmate threat. If pushing the pawn, rook to h8, it's checkmate. So this is why you had to see rook to b2 and understand going back is very important. And this move is so much more flexible than the other moves. And king takes knight was also a blunder. So g3 is the main line, checking the king, but in this position, black is trying a little trick. Black is trying knight to f4. And now, what would you do in this position? Would you take the knight with the rook or with the king? Well, if you said I would take the knight with the rook, well, that's the wrong move, because king to h5, and now what? Rook to d4 and then g2, rook to d3, threatening checkmate, but e6, a beautiful deflection tactic, and king takes on e6, king to h4, check, and black is going to queen. White has the pass pawn, but it looks like black is faster, and this is actually, in my opinion, winning for black, but it's a little bit complicated. So knight to f4, and that's why capturing the knight with the rook was a blunder. A Patzer sees check, he gives check. That's the perfect example. But in this position, if you said I would take the knight with the king, then you are correct. In this position, it is completely different, because the king is doing his duty with getting close to the pawns, and black pushes the pawn. But then, before showing the main line, what happens if g2, then king to f3, and now what? King has to go up because this is check, and king to f2, and actually white is defending everything, and this is resignable for black. Black is losing. So king takes, and now black is trying h2 because he can hide the king. After king to f3, hiding the king and threatening to push the pawn, check with promoting the queen. So in this position, after going down, this is check, but king to h3 and threatening to push the pawn. Now what? Now I'm going to show you which move doesn't work. If rook to b1, then e5. Rook to d1, e4, and now what? King takes on e4, and then g2. And it's actually all over. White can resign, and this is losing. So king to h3 and going down with the rook is not the move. You have to choose your move wisely. You have to be careful, but what would you do in this position? White's next move is very simple, almost beginner level. There is only one move that doesn't lose. Did you see the move? The move is rook to h4, deflecting the king, and this is the only move, and then king to g2, and black resigns. This puzzle ends here. So the possible continuation, e5, but knight goes back, and knight is defending on e3, and the a pawn is moving forwards, full steam ahead. White is going to promote the queen and checkmate the black king very, very soon. So what do you think about this fantastic chess puzzle by Paul Farago? He composed this puzzle in 1947. So he has few other very beautiful chess puzzles. Maybe I will show them later. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this puzzle. But before signing out, did you see, actually in this position, did you see rook to b2, the first important key move? And then did you see king takes, not rook takes? And then did you see, of course, king to f3 was simple, but did you see rook to h4? This was also pretty simple. And then king to g2, of course, but rook to b2. And I think king takes could be a little bit challenging. So if you see all these moves, then well done. So this is the final position of this problem. And I hope to see you again. Stay safe, take care, and bye-bye.